Salutations, I'm still critiquing this is still Phoenotopia. When we last left off, we got our Heart Ruby count up to 22, Moonstone count up to 36. We should have a golden bar and a stamina boosting item along with all these tools and miscellaneous items. We should have at least 779 Rye by this point. So if you have all that, then you can go ahead and go over here and then talk to Fran here. 3 text boxes, and she gives you another 150 Rye because you have at least 30 Moonstones. And if you go into here, then you find a teleporter, which will take you to Forgotten Forest. So then just keep going right. You can hit the switch if you want to, but it's completely optional. It just provides a way back. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, this is the most treacherous area in the game, I think. So here is where I would use a jar of honey. Throw the javelin out of bounds and then hover from there to up here. And just keep going all the way to the right. Now normally on this screen there is an arc holding a key, and also to the screen on the right there is a plant dog holding a key. But we can skip the key door through pothead clipping. Just grab a broken pot from here, use the javelin to allow you to hover over here. And then you can take the pot all the way over to here where you do the clip. Now here there's a key to be obtained. You don't actually have to get it, but you should. So you want to make sure that all the pressure plates are pressed down on at the same time. Any given instant in time. I don't know why these arcs are so stubbornly chasing me. There are like 4 down there, I think. Sometimes the arc will activate the pressure plate for you, the pressure plate down here, but if that's not the case, well, just leave a bomb there and head all the way down here. But anyway, if everything goes correctly, then there was a barricade here, but it lowered. And so you can grab the key here. And also there's a contingency chest containing 35 Rye. But like right now I have so many funds that I don't need it. Into this little cave entrance. Hover over this plant dog so that it doesn't notice you. That's another reason why you use the stamina boost. I wasn't supposed to throw that javelin. Just like hover to this branch, and then the middle pot here contains a Moonstone. Now you could just go through this door normally, and that's why you do the pressure plate puzzle, or alternatively, there is a way to skip the door. And that is through javelin bomb jumping. But the thing is, it usually requires 2 javelin bomb jumps. In the Forgotten Forest demonstration video that I have uploaded, the video titled Phoenotopia Forgotten Forest 100% segment, it shows me getting up there in 1 javelin bomb jump, but that was like at the absolute maximum height, I think. So I only needed 1, and I could go up there and get the Moonstone. But like I failed it once, so I'm not going to try again. Anyway, climb up here and see this little pot here, which contains a Moonstone. You can easily get that pot if you get the javelin bomb jump method, but if you don't, you have to climb up that right side. So now enter this building here. And on the far right side is a little switch there, hidden by a wooden crate. I'll take this left entrance, and the reason for that is because there's a honeyed tomb in this crate, or box. Take the second to left entrance, wherein lies a switch. It's on the left side. And take the 4th entrance. This entrance doesn't really serve any good purpose. And then here you encounter a little... Well, normally this area would be barricaded off, but that's what hitting the switch is for. You don't want to try pothead clipping because you would soft lock. So what you want to do here is grab a box and then use it to PHC through this door, and then break the box behind you so that later, after you take the Moonstone from this pot here, you can do a little door push. And here's another contingency chest containing 35 rye. Or you could dupe it and use the other pot as a thing for door pushing. So, right past this key is a giant robot. Well, sometimes if you... well, the cutscene trigger is like right in the middle of the key, so you can actually grab the key without alerting the boss, but usually that's not the case. A way to guarantee avoiding it is to use the bomb to push the key to you, using the blast back. And this key is required for the next locked door. And the final one that we open in the 100% route. So, again, freaking barricades just like reactivating themselves. So throw a javelin at full height to activate that switch. And now just continue to the right, because you have the key and can go through this door. You could theoretically skip that other key door too, but that is way too tedious. It would require like 20 javelin bomb jumps, I would estimate. And like, javelin bomb jumping is a difficult trick. And like, why not just get the key right? So like, just climb up here. If you hover at just the right height here, you can grab the bottleneck. And that's a 20 HP safety heal. Just keep going right here, and you see, when you get to this area, you want to face left, jump, move to the right, and throw a key spear. Just the right timing, and if you do so, you'll be able to blow up the rubble. You want to kill these arcs so they don't become a bother later. And then here is where I would consume the honey tumen and then hover all the way over here for Moonstone number 40. And climb up these branches here. There's a really difficult strat you can pull here by like climbing up here, throwing an out of bounds javelin, and then hovering over to it, and wow, I actually did it first try. What a surprise. Like the harpies are usually uncooperative, so yeah, that strat. I would not do it RTA, to be honest. Like otherwise you would want to head all the way over to the right side of the screen and then come back so that the harpies stop bothering you. And then climb up these branches here, hover left, and then do all the hullabaloo to get to those pots. Hover over here, hover over here. Yeah, but like, I honestly did not think that I would get that in a recording. That was not intentional. In fact, that was kind of idiotic. So we're done with Forgotten Forest. So let's go ahead and leave the area. By the way, if you do not have at least 999 rye by this point, you are going to have to backtrack until you get 999 rye. If you know of any chest locations that have not been covered in this walkthrough, then you can use them to your advantage. They're all in the loot duping guide. So now, after all that jank, Hidden Village is unlocked. And if you go in here, you see 2 Frans. But yeah, they say these guys are nice people. And you enter this building here, then climb up here, and this guy has a shiny rock, which is the Moonstone. Gotta give him something shinier, which in this case is the gold bar, and then you get the Moonstone in return. So now, I want to head into the shop, and if you have at least 1009 rye, then you can actually buy this jar of honey here, and then consume it to make things slightly faster. Somehow that did not occur to me in any of my in any of my prior 100% run. It's kind of a new routing thing, somehow. And the reason why you need 999 Rye is because of this item, which is the last miscellaneous item in the game, the Blood Ring. You don't need these. But anyway, the Blood Ring, when you're at low HP, it gives you health regen until you reach 10. We'll climb up here, and then you talk to Fran. If you have at least 40 Moonstones, she'll give you the last heart ruby. Well, it's the last in this route. It might not necessarily be the last otherwise. So now we're going to head to Ancient's Crater and beat the game, now that we have 23 heart rubies, 42 Moonstones, all miscellaneous items, all tools, and the sushi bento. Not the sushi bento, the mystery bento in stock. We have everything. Let's go. Beat the game. This is Big Eye. If you place a bomb over here, you can get an eye earlier than intended. You destroy these little rope spheres by jumping and throwing the javelin. For the first one, you just throw it at ground level. For the second one, you short hop. I'll have it explained in an annotation. I can't really talk about it right now. So thanks to the Morningstar Nebula Armlet, Big Eye is much easier to defeat in 100% than any percent. You just do the fight like this, disable the eyes at these phases, the rolling bot phase and the turret phase, or after the rolling bomb phase and after the turret phase. So yeah, that's Big Eye taken care of. Shine the artifact on these little switches here. Gain access to this area. And initiate the final cutscene in the run. Timing ends at the end of the escape, so that's why I say in the run. So Billy reveals his flesh form. And he seems to be more villainous than we initially figured. This is an especially long cutscene. I don't think it's any longer than the one in the one after Prince Tower, I want to say. I think, yeah. When you rally all the adults and stuff. I think this one is shorter. So after this text box here, you don't have to mash any further. The text just automatically scrolls. She cannot Hadoken, sadly. And now we have to flee from this giant cyborg guy. If we get caught, we lose 99 health and have to revive. But thankfully, the game gives us infinite Rye. And also supplies you with a jar of honey if you don't have one. So then just do this whole escape sequence. It's kind of just touch and go. You hit the switches. You can close the gates behind you to make things easier, but it's a speedrun. We don't have time for that. Because if you have a stamina boost, you can just like keep going and not have to worry about that sort of jank. Now, unlike in any percent, we have the key spear technique, which makes this part easier. And that's it. That's the end of the run. That is where you would end the run. So that's the end of this tutorial as well. So I'm gonna let this game run until the very end credits. That's what I usually do. Like at the end of a run, I usually let it run until like the credits music fades completely. This is also a long cutscene, but thankfully it's on autopilot, so you don't have to mash or anything. And that's the end of the cutscene, and here are the credits. As per the rules, you have to let the credits roll until you see the collection rate, otherwise the run won't be valid. But anyway, that's the end of the video tutorial series here. It took me less than a week to compile, to commentate and whatnot. Hope my hyperlexia wasn't too much of a hindrance in commentating. And also, if there's anything I didn't explain well, I'll have some annotations with like explanations as to like what the heck I meant to say or whatever. Credit music is pretty good, I'll be honest. I think this Sunflower Road and Prince Tower are my favorite soundtracks in the game. Two hours, 50 minutes. Don't worry about that, man. It's a tutorial, so I left myself some time to explain crud. Collection rate 100%. That is the proof that you need for a 100% run to be valid. Goodbye until next time.